a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's a normal Monday morning. I don't know about you, but it's been kind of a rough getting started here. We've got a lot to talk about today. I do want to let everybody know that Friday our guest will be Trent. He is from the San Francisco Night Ministries, and very, very wonderful man. And I can't wait for him to join us here. That'll be Friday morning, probably around 8:30, 8:35 in that area. Today's traffic news is really there was a bunch of stuff going on this weekend. We have a crash on 101 in Santa Rosa, 3 vehicles including an RV. Let's see here, 2 crash near Brentwood. Friday, I know firsthand of a story that involves a drunk driver driving while under suspension and a hit and run. Yep. The gentleman has not been identified yet, but the victim is Megan Sue Belafonte. Yep, me, yours truly. I was handing food out at the food site on Friday, and a gentleman stole a food bag, so I decided I was going to stop him. First mistake. Shouldn't have decided that. Should have let one of the boys go and handle it. But, no, not me. I had to go hands-on. As he's trying to do his getaway, he hits me in my hip and proceeds to speed off. Well, I beat on his fender, but neither hitting me nor the beating left a mark on the car. But anyway, Friday afternoon, he was spotted less than a block away from where the incident happened. He was taken into custody and charged with felony DUI, felony driving under suspension, felony hit and run, and a summons for the petty theft. So, drinking and driving does not pay. Let's see, and here we go. Let's just go ahead and take a look at everything here. The San Jose officials promised crackdown on illegal sideshows. This is a story that is happening so much in the Bay Area. We're talking about not just San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland, but everywhere. These guys are getting out and they're doing donuts and spins and all that good stuff. Number one, they are blocking up traffic. But about a month ago, here in the city, in the Mission District, a guy was doing that, and when he came out of the second spin, hit basically an innocent driver and caused an accident there in the Mission. So these are, like I said, these are not. If you see this going on, don't stand and watch it. It's not entertainment. If you want to see that kind of stuff, that's what they've got NASCAR for. So if you are one of those drivers that likes to do that, then I don't know what to tell you. But it's not entertainment. It's not something fun, and people do get seriously injured. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's take a look at. There's just so much gloom and kill and death and all that. Let's see. Let's take a look at the weather. That can't be too bad. And if you look outside, it doesn't look really that good. Doesn't really lined up. No, doesn't look. It's gloomy out there. And that's about the size of it. It's 60 degrees right now under cloudy skies here in San Francisco. And let's take a look at what the weather is going to be like. The air quality right now is not that good. Okay, let's see here. Everything's green as far as the air quality in San Francisco, Oakland, Vallejo, Concord, San Leandro, Redwood City, San Jose, Livermore, Vacaville, Napa, and Santa Rosa. You guys are everybody's in the green for the air quality. Let's take a look at the hourly forecast. Okay. And it's dropped degrees. Okay, right now it's oh my goodness. Under mostly cloudy skies, it's 8 o'clock. In the 8 o'clock report is 5% chance of precipitation. Winds out of the southwest, 7 miles per hour. And it is now 58 degrees. But according to the right now forecast is 60 degrees, feels like 60, winds out of the north at 6 miles per hour. So, and it's cloudy. And I think I'm going to go with the actual as opposed to the forecast. We are going to look at mostly sunny skies, though, around noon today. Winds will be out of the west at 12 miles per hour, 5% chance of precipitation. And I don't know. I just, this weather, like I said, the highs today are going to be 66 degrees. Winds are going to be west out of 13 miles per hour. It's going to be mostly sunny. Just got to get all this stuff kind of burned out. But the forecast for today, actual forecast, is mostly sunny, 68 degrees, 56 will be the low, 5% chance of rain. So, don't know what to say on that one. It looks like it's just going to be one of those days that could have seen a better thing coming. And let's look at our traffic this morning. That's where I found all the traffic news when I was trying to find out what it was going to be like on our local highways and byways today. And let's see, we have traffic and well, I got traffic news. I don't want that. I want to find out what our traffic is doing. So let's go back over to here, traffic, and let's type in traffic. Like I said, it was a normal Monday morning for me, so you're just going to have to be... Okay, everything's looking pretty good. That little tie-up that they had going on Mission last week is clear. You can now go all the way down Mission Street. That did create a real bottleneck last week, as they had closed the 11th, the Mission and Dennis. Oh, I can't quit yawning today. But other than that, in the city today, it looks pretty good. There's only one spot that is in the red right now, and that is on Cesar Chavez down around Mission Street. So if you have to go in that area, give it a little extra time. Other than that, it looks pretty good. 101 looks like it's moving pretty good. 280 looks like it's doing the normal. And let's see what the top stories today are. Okay. Well, that looks like it's all in Atlanta. It's nothing to do with us, so that's good. There's no breaking news in the traffic industry. And let's see what it looks like going into Napa, coming out of Oakland, and all that good stuff. Okay, it looks like it's doing pretty good. It looks like that everything's moving along pretty good. So like I said, just take your normal time on 101 going north into Santa Rosa. You get across the Golden Gate. Yes, there's always a little bit of a wannabe parking lot, if you will. Bay Bridge is slowing down. Right there at it, just before you get to the bridge, to the toll plaza on the westbound side. And the eastbound side talks in about at Oakland there, you're going to start slowing down. And let's see. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. I don't know. Okay. I gotta know who it is. It's like, I don't know that person. Anyway, so, like I said, hey, it's traffic-wise, just leave a little early. You know the normal 280, 101. Yeah, you know the drill. You're coming into the city, take a little extra time. Don't see if you can brush it and end up being one of the top traffic stories tomorrow. Anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, this weekend I took a chance to just basically relax. Well, when you're on crutches because of a car accident, you can't do a whole lot. But I was noticing one thing. You know, you look around and you look at the type of people in your neighborhood. I don't know if you've ever done that. Have you ever just taken a step back, sat on the porch, and watched people go by? We used to do it when I was a little girl. And it was always so interesting. You could see there's the old Mr. Crazy so-and-so, and there's the cat lady over there. And, we knew everybody on the block. How many people can you ID on your block? And that question was asked about a month ago. Somebody said, I'm going to find out how many people know the people that live on their block. Would you believe 78% of the people could not tell you more than one person on their block? One person. 93% could not even identify two people. I'm like, wow. Really? These people don't even know who lives on their streets. We've got all these new websites. Hey, you've got this predator living there, and you got this person living there, and you figure somebody would know somebody on their street. But the worst part about it is I'm just as guilty, because I sat and thought about it this week, and I'm watching. I know of them. I can tell you. I couldn't tell you their name, but I could tell you what they do, what their activities are. I could tell you that, but I couldn't tell you their name. So I decided that as a project for this week, I'm going to get to know at least 9 people on my block. And I challenge anybody out there to do the same. Don't go for 9 people, because I don't know how big of a block you live on, but, if you live on a street like I do, 9 people's pushing it. Because, you got an apartment building, but that's on the 21st, and you got Urban Putt down there. So you got like 3 or 4 houses. It's not going to be that easy to find 9 people, but, I'm going to find out who the guy with the crutches is. I'm going to find out who the guy with the cigarette is. There's people I see every day, and I say hi to them. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you today. But I couldn't tell you the name to save the life. And I always like to blame it on the fact that I have CRS. And the first thing I tell them, do you know what CRS is? And they go, well, no, what is it? Can't remember stuff. I am bad, and it's gotten worse when I turned 66. So it doesn't look like they have a cure for it yet, so I'm really under the gun on that one. Hey, you know what? It's time to check in with our friends at Open Heart and Jelly Donut. We'll be right back after these words.
Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donut. It's located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
That's one thing about having only 2 sponsors. You can't get much done while you're at a commercial break. I'm still trying to figure out who this is. I got a text on my phone. I don't know about you, but 20 years ago, a cell phone was not one thing everybody had. And I remember my husband, when we were in the carnival business, came in the trailer one day all excited. He says, honey, I'm going to start selling cell phones. And I look at him and I go, what's a cell phone? Because the only thing I knew about a portable phone was the big things they carried in a bag. The bag was about 1.5 feet by, 8 inches and about 4 inches tall. And it was like it's a regular handset. And I go, honey, not everybody's going to want to carry one of those. Plus, how are you going to carry it? He said, oh, they're great. Look, this is what they look like now. And he holds up this little piece of device, which back then it was flip phones. That was the thing. You had a flip phone, you knew something. Well, and of course he bought me one, and it wasn't bad. At least you could make calls on jumps and stuff like that instead of carrying quarters. Because I remember back when we first started, I'd have to call ahead to the phone company and have them set up a phone line at the lot, at our spot, so that as soon as I got there, the boys could hook it up and I'd have a working phone. And God forbid if you have to make a phone line call and jump, because then you had to go to the you're going to have to wait about it. You had to carry these quarters to make this phone call. And I'll never forget, I carried a bag with quarters in it. Just quarters. Just for in case we need to make a phone call. Because payphones were everywhere. Now I would like to challenge you to find a payphone. I don't know of a payphone within, I don't know a payphone, period. I really don't. I just was thinking about that. I don't even know where a payphone, I see where they used to be, but as far as a working actual payphone, I don't know where one is. The way I go through cell phones, that's probably not a good idea. I should probably know where the nearest payphone is, because I think I keep Metro and TracFone and all them in business. I really do, because I definitely go through some phones. Either dumping them in the water, breaking them, losing them. You name it, I've done it. So anyway, but getting back to my point, which was it's great. Cell phones are great. They really are. Don't get me wrong. But the idea of the cell phones, they used to be the only sanctuary. What do I mean by that? Well, you could sit down to dinner and your landline would go off, and it was 90% chance it was going to be a sales call. But because you had friends and family, you answered the phone. And this guy would try to sell you something on the phone. They now do it on your cell phone. I've got a little thing on there, on every phone I have, it says scam likely. And if the number can't be verified, it just says scam likely, and I won't answer it. However, because my daughter lives out of town, and she lives way far away, every once in a while, it will think that her cell phone or her phone number is a scam. And I won't answer it. And I get the, Mom, what if I was dying? Well, if you were dying at that time, you wouldn't have been able to make the call now. So, that was a good thing. But, it said it might have been a scam. Well, Mom, don't you think you should answer it? No. Guy getting on the phone, when I answer the phone, the guy says, this is a recorded line, and I want to talk to you about your car warranty. I don't even drive. Why do I need a car warranty? Some of the stupid stuff that you get on the cell phones. It's just, that's why when I get these little messages, this one here, it says, this is, sister, I was wondering if I could take, oh, okay, I know who that is. Yes. Okay, now I know who that is. We had a girl that worked for us, and I really miss her. In the city, I'm mad at you for this. You took a good worker from me. Got plenty of bad ones you can take. Don't got to take my good ones. But anyway, she's doing real good. I texted her this morning, and she was doing real good. And of course, she says, glad to hear you're okay. Physically, mentally, I'm okay. I was really mad, I think, more than anything, because here's this guy taking this food that we don't have enough of it as it is, because everybody thinks that, we went back and everything's wonderful and nobody needs anything, and I'm sitting here steadily telling her, we're gonna need this till February. At the very earliest, February would be when we could cut it off. But nobody's listening to me. So when it gets to the point where I'm gonna be able to say, "I told you so," trust me seriously, I'm gonna be the first one singing, "I told you so." And I used to not be like that. I used to not want to, rub feathers or do anything to make somebody really, PO'd. But I've gotten to the point where everybody wants to, go into my Cheerios. I got something for them. Anyway, that's enough of that ranting and raving. And, Friday somebody said, "Megan, are you feeling okay?" And I said, "Why?" And they said, "You didn't mention somebody in your broadcast all day." I'm like, there's a lot of somebodies I didn't mention. But no, we did not make friends. I am not one of Mayor Breed's faithful supporters. I just, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. I can beat that horse all day long, twice on Sunday. Is she going to change? Probably not. So, because of that, sometimes I give it a break. Now, another thing that I was looking at, and, on YouTube you can get a video for just about anything. Heck, I've got one up there on reupholstering. I've got one up there for staining and varnishing furniture. I've got one up there to make funnel cakes. The point being is, there's all these how-to. And, it's really great when you do need to know some of this information as you go to it. But you know what I hate the most is when you turn on to this one particular person for the particular subject that you really, really need, so you can't afford to not get any of it. But you can't work on your computer because you don't have internet. Now, hotspots are a great thing. They really are. But the problem is not every carrier has what they call hotspots on your cell phone. I don't think I've got a hotspot on this one. We'll take a look at it. But I'm going to tell you, I will be real surprised if it's got a hotspot. And so we go to settings, and we wait for it to show up. And let's see, do we have, oh my God, this has a Wi-Fi hotspot on it. Now, I had never, ever, back in the day, the free phones, they didn't have that. And tethering, forget it. Well, I'll be, okay, it is, interesting. And you're allowed up to 6, okay, cool, 6 users. That's interesting. Learn something new every day. But if you have an Obama phone from Assurance Wireless, you can go to the settings, and you can go to mobile network, and we'll go to first to okay, first you go to settings, then you go to network and internet, and then it's just really simple. Just follow the rest of the prompts to where you need to be. But I didn't know that. That's something interesting. I mean, used to be you had to pay a high dollar phone bill. Now, when I say high dollar phone bill, I'm not talking about $100, $150. When the smartphone first came out, I'll never forget. My husband goes, and we had the mail sent to us. It goes to our home, but we'd have it sent to us wherever we were on the road. The cell phone bills come in. The oldest daughter's cell phone bill for 1 month, and I'm not kidding you. I'm not telling you, funny things, just to tell you so you can laugh. $3,500. 1 month, one kid. How in the hell can you run up a $3,500 phone bill? I mean, it wasn't like they had, all the things they have now. I mean, I don't see how people can afford to, run a smartphone. especially if you have kids. And these companies like Verizon, AT&T, you know, those big name carriers, they are no joke. They hit you for fees and cost for everything. Look at the phone bunny and its cost. I mean, come on. This is crazy. And I'm a firm believer. I'm a Metro girl. But then I realized, hey, track phone's the way to go. It really is. Because track phone hasn't changed one thing. It's so much per minute. It's so much to do what you got to do. And it's just, like I said, $10 gets you turned on. I love it. Because I got a little flip phone that I'm going to use just for the office number. I'm trying to figure out what the heck she's barking at. But anyway, I've got this flip phone. I'm going to turn it on for the office number. But, you know, I couldn't afford a $2,000-$3,000 phone bill. And I was talking to a friend of mine that's in the same position we were. My husband and I were in about 10 years ago. Their oldest is a teenager. The youngest is, preteen. And they're going, Megan, how did you live through it? I said, well, first of all, number one, we owned everything. I said, so that had a lot to do with it. My husband was the lot man. That had made it a little bit easier. The only thing that would have probably made it easier than that was to own the show. But my husband and I realized that we were not going to be show owners when he took one of the toy poodles to go get a dozer. Now, on this trip that he was going to get this dozer, he had the money in the trunk to go buy a show. Because he was like, I'm tired of paying the show owner this money. We're going to take over. We're going to buy us a show, and we're going to make money. Well, he goes to where the dozer is, and he rolls up to it, and he looks. It has not been torn down. It has not been packed. It's not ready to hit the road, and he is all by himself. He's got Scooter, but Scooter ain't looking at much of anything. Scooter's just like, oh, can I go out and pee? Can I go out and pee? My husband lets the dog out of the car. It goes and does its business. And then he comes back and he looks up at my husband. My husband said he looked down at the dog and he says, Scooter, I'm not going to go buy that show. You and I would look really funny trying to tear down a show by ourselves. He said, Scooter jumped in the car, got in the passenger seat, and laid down and went to sleep. He said, that's a good indicator that dog was probably smarter than he was. Because he was not. He called the show owner and told me, he said, I thought about it, but I've had a change of heart. I'm just not, at this point in time, ready to be a show owner. So, for that reason, it's just better for me not to be an owner. So, that was the short-lived term dream of becoming financially fit in the carnival industry, because, like I said, to be a show owner, that was money. Because you had the concessionaires paying you had the public paying you, everybody paid you. And you paid one person, the fair board. So, like I said, if you've got the money to buy a show, there's not very many family-owned shows anymore. They're all either owned by Ticketmaster or, I forget the name of the other one that owns a lot of them. There's Ticketmaster and there's something else. I mean, the old shows where they used to roll in on a train, Straight still does, but not like they used to. Used to be a big production. The train would roll into town, they'd unload everything, and all the stuff would parade through the town on its way to the fairgrounds to set up. Now they roll in on trucks at all hours of day and night. I mean, depending on where they're coming from, because a lot of shows, because there's so many rides, they have some rides that can come down in hours, some take days, so therefore they stagger them, so the ones that take days can go to different lots, and they can be set up and ready for the next show. The only time this is really hairy and it gets really interesting is state fair season. Because other than the fact of 3 state fairs that are circus jumps, and we played them, one being Ohio and Indiana, the other was Tennessee, and the other one was the Perry, Georgia National Park. These were all, for most people, were all overnight circus jumps. Now, the roller coasters and water rides, they had a little bit of a leeway because the spot that they were playing before was it ended always about a week and a half between the time that they'd open up in Perry. And they played Bloomsburg. Bloomsburg is probably the closest thing to a state fair at state fair. So, like I said, it is what it is. But anyway, enough of that history lesson. But what I was trying to get at is that, the cell phone has supposed to be made life easier. It hasn't. We still, it's still hard. It's still, the only thing is yes, you have a cell phone in your purse or in your pocket, but if you have CRS and forget it's there and go to the bathroom and it falls into the toilet, it's not a help. Hey, you know what? It's past the hour. It's time to hear from our friends at the Open Heart and the Jelly Donut. And here's our friends from the Jelly Donut. Ooh, there they go.
Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donut. It's located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
Well, we're back here. It is now 8:35 in the morning, and it's Megan in the Mornings with you. I'm glad you joined me. We are doing a little bit of a change-up. I'm not sure if Twitch is going to be a part of that change-up, because I'm not hearing anything from Twitter and Twitch. So, if you are a listener on Twitter or on Twitch, please make contact with us and let us know that you're there. Because right now, we're cutting down formats so that we can give you a better show, but also give you a better quality of show. And we felt that it would be better to do this if we didn't have as many platforms that we were broadcasting on. We are going to stay on Facebook. We're still going to stay on YouTube. But right now, those are the only two that I do know for a fact that we're going to stay on, because I don't think we have the listener base that we need to be putting out to all these different platforms. We are also waiting for LinkedIn to tell us if we can even do our live stream there. So we're, there's a couple of them waiting, and I understand, hey, they want good quality live streams. They don't want a bunch of people out there just acting stupid. And with that being said, I understand. So, just to let you know that we're probably going to make our decision within the next week or two about where we're going to be broadcasting at. So, like I said, if you are on Twitter or Twitch and you watch us, we are going to stay on Facebook Live. We are going to stay on YouTube. But those are the only two I do know whether we're to stay on. And I'm having a little bit of problem if I'm not really making it really clear today. It's because our internet really is like just going all over the place, and we really don't have that good of internet. So, with that being said, if I feel like we're getting more red than we are green, I'm going to take that section out and take 10 steps back upon it. I guess really is the best way to put it. Let's take a look at the sports world today. And this being somebody that knows nothing about sports. So, let's see what's going on. Okay, the top stories, of course, are still going to probably be the Olympics over in Japan. And let's see. Oh, world's unluckiest cricket player hit in the crotch on consecutive balls. Hold on, let's take a look at that one. That sounds like it's like right up my alley. In Monday's Hot Clicks, a bad day at work for cricket, Alex Hale, a great stop by the Dodgers ball, girl, and more. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. Let's see what happens. Let's see. And we go down. Okay. Okay, loud of the block, that, okay. And let's turn that on. Pause. Okay. Let's see here. And X out of that. Boom. Alright. That has nailed him the gooly woolly woolies. Maybe cricket batsmen needed to start wearing cups. Alex Hales of the Trent Rockets faced the Oval Invincibles on Sunday in New English cricket competition called the 100. How the 100 differs from other forms of cricket is not worth getting into here because you don't need to know anything about the rules to understand what happened to Hales. Hales was... Okay, let's see here. I love this. It does this to me all the time. Hales was batting against Reese Topley when he was hit in the crotch, not once, but twice on consecutive balls. The first nut shot came after Hales swung and missed at a delivery that bounced up and drilled him, causing him to let out an anguished, "Oh no!" That has nailed him in the gooly woolly woolies, the announcer said. You would think that Hales would be more protective of his nether regions after the first incident, but no. On the very next ball, Hales was struck once again in the gooly woolly woolies, at which point everybody on the field but Hales was chuckling softly. Well, I wouldn't be chuckling either if it was me. And needless to say, I know next to nothing about cricket, but I do know Hales isn't the only English batsman to get hit in the nuts twice during that same turn at bat. All I know is thank God I ain't got none. Okay. In January 2020, during a match in Australia's Big Bash League, Liam Livingstone was hit in the crotch twice with a span of few balls. Livingstone's clip is one of my favorite videos on the internet because he was wearing a microphone, which means we got to hear him yell, "Oh no," just as Hales did. Loud and clear. Because of the way the baller bounces the ball and how the batter opens his hips as he swings, getting hit in the crotch doesn't appear to be all that uncommon in cricket. Just asking the star Ben Stokes, who after getting hit where the sun don't shine in 2019 for his Ashes Test Series, yelled, "Ah!" as he crumpled to the turf. Final takeaway, Tokyo Olympics from SI reporters on the ground from the vault, Tim Layden on Bommy Bottom, how the U.S. came from behind to overtake China. Oh, so okay. And let's see. Well, there's not too much going on, and I have got all kinds of hate and discontent. We're at the quarter of the hour, so here's a word from our friends at Open Heart. Whoever said that Pets are not like children. Didn't have one of either one. I had to go out and break up the ghoulie woolies out there. I have a black lab, and I introduced her on the show. Hey, come here, Sunshine. Come here. Let everybody go. Come on, get up here. Come on, get up. And there we go. Now, she was told when I got her that she was a year old. But we've since found out, other than the fact that she's a horse, that there she is. This is Sunshine. This is my baby. Everybody, hi everybody. But she's only 7 months old. Now she weighs approximately, probably 60 pounds. And believe it or not, black labs are not small. She has already grown so much. She used to be able to sneak through the bars in sneak through the bars in the fence. She went the other day to go through the ones that she thought she could get through. She got her head through. The rest of the body wasn't going. And then turns around and looks at me and like, Mom, why did that happen? Because you're a growing girl. But it's found out one thing. She loves to chase birds, and she loves to chase raccoons. Birds not too bad for her, but the raccoons aren't her brightest idea. She got a little scar on her eye from that one. Okay, well, let's hear from our friends at the Jelly Donut.
Hi, this is Megan from Megan in the Mornings, and I want to tell you about the best place to get a donut. That's called the Jelly Donut. It's located at the corner of 24th and South Van Ness, and they are open from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day of the week. Hey, any type of donut you want, they've got it, and they are so delicious. Don't forget, tell them when you go down there that Megan from Megan in the Morning sent you.
Alrighty, I was just looking here. Rizzo tests positive for COVID-19 as the Yankees' latest outbreak grows. Folks, this is no joke. I mean, I hate to break it to you, but it looks like we're going to be dealing with this for a long time to come. I mean, let's face it, this wasn't no joke the first time, and I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again. If you have not been vaccinated, get vaccinated. If not for yourself, but for your family. The numbers are starting to spike. Now, I've heard conflicting reports. I've heard we're not going into a shutdown, that they're going to try to drag this out as long as they can till the numbers get really, really crazy. Then I've heard it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when. You know, I hate to break it to anybody. If you made it through the first one, consider yourself lucky. If we do, or when we do, go into a shutdown, the people that made it the last time aren't going to make it this time. Because, let's face it, there's already very little money out there. No matter how much money the federal government throws at the economics, it's not going to help it. It's not, like I said, we are in a country that, has always been the rich survive, the poor, well, they're on their own. And not for nothing, that mentality probably was good back in the 30s and the 40s. But, I talked to a lot of people, and not very many people are left that lived in the Great Depression. And I mean, when I say lived in the Great Depression, I mean actually were living, breathing, working, or trying to work. But the people that lived firsthand from the Depression understand all too well. I mean, it was like their family would say, okay, we're not paying for this. We've got it, and we're going to use it, but we're not paying for it. If we have to use it for family, then we got problems. But the point being is that, guess what? I don't care how much money you've got. I don't care how many pieces of property you own. That will have nothing to do with what goes on. Because the people that have had nothing already know how to make it with nothing. But the people that have never had to do without, that's what I want to see. I mean, let's face it, mobile hotspots already are taking a real toll. And I don't know if, people that even thought about this. We have 102 high-rise apartment buildings that have been built in this city. We have homeless population of 8,000. Now, I personally know of what we get at Open Heart, and I see the money that comes in, and there's not that much there to do what we have to do. I mean, every day I'm going, where's this money going to come from? Where's this going and luckily, for the love of God and everything is holy, guess what? I get the money to go through, but never get more, because I think if I got more and I did something stupid with it, I would never get it again. And I feel this real rough tongue on my leg. Is there a boo-boo down there or something down there that I need to pay attention to? Yeesh. But anyway, like I said, that was just my little far off ramble. But, but dead seriousness, if you made it through this last pandemic, lucky you. You're not going to make it this one. Because if this Delta variant is any way that they make it out to be, it's going to be really rough. All right, it's 10 minutes before the hour, so let's go over some of our news for today. Let's go over the traffic first. The traffic is, starting to slow down around parts of let's try this again. Parts of San Jose, and let's see what it looks like in the San Francisco area. Okay, and let's see. Okay. Well, like I said, doesn't look like there is a whole lot that's changed in the traffic. 101, 580, and 280, and going and 80. There's still going to be a slowdown. It's going to be touch and go. It's not really looking like it's going to take any, get any better for at least another hour or two. So you're going to have normal morning rush hour traffic. So take a little bit of extra time to get where you got to go, and maybe even just, enjoy the scenery, if you will. Now, as far as weather goes today, today's forecast is going to be a high of 68, low of 56, 5% chance of rain, and it's going to be mostly sunny. And they aren't saying whether there's going to be wind or not, so they won't report on that. But, like I said, everywhere else in the city today would be mostly 58 degrees, and it's 5 degrees chance of precipitation, and the winds are out of the south at 7 miles per hour. And let's see what the Giants are doing today, because I don't know. I don't even know if they're still playing ball or not. I mean, I don't watch sports. I'm really bad. Okay. Let's see here. Today yesterday they played the Milwaukee Bruins. They beat them a score of 5-4. So that means the San Francisco Giants are now 71-41. And where are they going to be today? Let's see here. And they're going to start a series with the Diamondbacks. They are going to be starting tomorrow from 6:45 p.m. That's Pacific time. And they are going to be Wednesday at 6:45 as well. Let's see the rest of the season. let's see here. Okay. Then they final out the. Okay, that was final. Okay, they finished the little run with the Diamondbacks on Wednesday. Then they go down to Colorado where they play the Rockies, a 4-game series. And that starts on Thursday and ends on Sunday. And then where did they go? Oh my goodness. Then they have a 3-game series with the Mets. And then they come to their wonderful allies for a 3-game, or is that a 4-game season? Let's take a look here.